Canadian truckers starting a new fundraiser after GoFundMe officially cut off funds for Canada's Freedom Convoy. Kelly O'Grady joins us. What do we know about a U.S. trucker convoy?
Well, Stuart, they're calling themselves the People's Convoy, and honestly, I think that name says it all. This really goes beyond just truckers. They're aiming to represent all Americans impacted by the mandates. Now, we recently highlighted how Facebook shut down their organizing group last week, and the GoFundMe move against the Canadian convoy is just the latest example of how anti-mandate protesters are drawing censorship from American corporations. Now, I want to highlight this is drawing a lot of backlash on Twitter and from lawmakers. Governor Ron DeSantis and Florida's Attorney General have vowed to investigate the company for fraud. Further, critics are highlighting how GoFundMe is citing instances of violence in Canada when it encouraged and allowed donations to the CHOP movement in Seattle, the site of numerous assaults, looting, and even death. Now, disregarding these headwinds, the People's Convoy is not using GoFundMe, but they're moving forward with plans to start in California and converge on Washington, D.C. While this cross-border mandate affects a small portion of truckers, broader restrictions have impacted workers across the supply chain, manufacturers, port workers, and these dynamics have impacted turnaround time on a workforce already short 80,000 drivers and driven prices up for Americans across the board. And those Americans are the individuals the People's Convoy is representing, right? The healthcare workers impacted by these mandates, the discharged military personnel, and the parents who just can't send their kids to school.
And so this convoy's for everyone. It can't express enough that this is in no way is this a right-wing issue or a left-wing issue. This is not anti-vax. This is about your rights as a human being, and then, of course, as an American, your constitutional rights.
Now, Brian told me the plan is peaceful, but they do plan to remain in Washington until the federal and state mandates are removed. And I want to highlight this is part of a broader sentiment brewing in the country. People want to rise up, take back their freedoms. The convoy is expected to start next month and share their message of enough is enough, Stuart.
Oh, I think you're right on that, Kelly. Thanks for being here.